Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, from the onset, I want to congratulate the new majority leader for assuming the new role as the new majority leader of this House, Mr. Speaker. And at the same time, also thank the former majority leader, Honorable Aden Duale, for the good job he has done in this House, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I was in the 11th Parliament when Honorable Majority Leader was the majority leader then, and that Parliament was more difficult than this one, Mr. Speaker. This one was under this framework of the handshake, the temperatures a bit went down. But in the last Parliament, the majority leader really did his job, Mr. Speaker. As a court coalition by then, we had to plan very well to defeat Duale in this House, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to tell my brother Duale that it is this, as former President Moi said, he in courts in Kiswahili, hizi watu cheo ni za wananchi, sisi ni wadhamini wao. You serve when you have been given an opportunity, you serve and you leave when the opportunity ends. But also I want to tell the new majority leader that we will work with you. I know you have all the experience. I know you have been a leader of the government business in the 10th Parliament, and I know you're equal to the task. We will work together as a parliament and we see how we can advance, as you said, the agenda of the people of Kenya. I want to tell them politically that this work of politics is very difficult, majority leader. And when the going gets tough, don't die. Remain strong. Don't say, I would rather die than resign. Please, don't die, just stay alive. We shall support you. Yeah, because dying is the worst thing that can happen. And to the former majority leader, politically, my brother, when you see us following Baba like cows, we are fearing consequences like the one you are facing now. So politics is like that, Mukova. It is today, if you go against the wishes of the people who own parties, the people who lead this country, the consequence is a good experience for me. I will be more loyal than I was now. I will sing Baba throughout. Thank you so much. Asante sana.
Minority leader. Then I'll give a few members, just a few members, but please take a minute each.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first of all, let me start by, on behalf of the minority side, I know my whip has spoken, also congratulate Amos Kimunya, the Honorable MP for Kipipiri, who is the incoming majority leader. I have no doubt in my mind that Amos Kimunya will not disappoint in this position because first, he has experience that has been talked about. This is serving his third term in Parliament. But more importantly, he has also served in two positions that are very critical for this position that is now going to hold. One, that he was deputy leader of government business in the 10th Parliament, I remember, and which, of course, put him in a position where he was like serving as the leader of government business because the vice president was the leader of government business. Mr. Speaker, he has also been a member of the House Business Committee in this 12th Parliament, and myself, Honorable Duale, and we have served in that committee. And I think he's one of those MPs who attend religiously the House Business Committee without fail. But Mr. Speaker, having said that, I also want to add that he's an accountant like myself, and we know ourselves as accountants that we are very thorough people, and all round. If you want an all-round person, you get it in an accountant. We are even lawyers, actually. But, Mr. Speaker, allow me to say the following about my good friend, Honorable Duale, who is the outgoing leader of majority party. From 2011, we came with the Honorable Duale to Parliament the same day. We were sworn in the same day in the same party, and we were planning together, actually, even including electing Marende as the Speaker. But from 2011, Mr. Speaker, we have not been in the same political side, on the same political side with Duale. He actually chose to support the president and the deputy president, and as everybody knows, I have stuck, and I continue to stick with the Right Honorable Raila Odinga And so we were in different camps. But one thing is clear, that at personal level, we have been very good friends with Duale from 2011 to date, and possibly in the future. I don't see us breaking up our personal friendship. And so I know Duale not just as a leader of the majority leader, but as my personal friend. Sometimes people couldn't understand how come we relate so well at personal level, but when it comes to work, we disagree properly. But that was the nature of work, Mr. Speaker. But in terms of delivery, I don't think it is in doubt. Honorable Duale, I think you've done your bit, and you've done it well. I don't think anyone would have done better than you, especially as the first leader of a majority in this country, at a time when it was not easy. As I conclude, Mr. Speaker, Duale weathered a lot of storms as the majority leader. And that time in the 11th Parliament, sometimes it was really annoying us. Remember the Security Laws Amendment Bill, Mr. Speaker. We fought here physically. I didn't fight with him physically, but we fought with words. I only didn't fight him physically because he was my friend, personal level. But if he was not my friend that day, I think I would have looked for a way of hitting him and probably would have also retaliated. But what I'm saying in a nutshell is that he had the zeal, he had the determination, he had the willingness to deliver for his party. And I think, Honorable Duale, you've been lucky. Serving 7 years in a volatile political environment like ours is not easy. Lastly, there's one thing I want to say about him, Mr. Speaker. That is a very honest person. If something is not possible, he tells you, and you can disagree. I remember in the 11th Parliament, I wanted to be chairman of PAC, and the Jubilee side were not comfortable with me. I asked him why, because I had been whispered to. Today I will tell you who told me. It was Nelson Gaishuhe, who whispered to me that you didn't want me to be PAC chair. And I confronted him as my friend, and he told me, Mbadi, if you want to be chair of PAC, talk to William. That was the deputy president. And I told him I don't even have his number. How do I talk to him? And he gave me his number, Mr. Speaker. And I called the deputy president. He didn't pick. But when I sent him a text, I think he didn't know it was me. He called me immediately, 3 minutes after I'd sent the text, and asked me, Buddy, where are you? I said, I'm here in Parliament. And we talked. I told him I want to be PAC chair, and I'm told you, if I don't talk to you, I'll not be PAC chair. Mr. Speaker, the rest is history, but we spoke. I'm happy that Duale told me that Jubilee is very uncomfortable with me being PAC chair. And of course, I didn't become PAC chair. And that is politics. Who would want someone who is not going to further their political agenda in a particular seat? So, Honorable Duale, I wish you well. I wish you well in your service for the people of Garissa Town constituency. And at personal level, we'll still remain friends. As to your political leaning, I don't know where you're going to stand, because a lot of changes and dynamics are coming along the way. Going to 2022, I can already see it. And there's going to be political groupings. There's going to be a tsunami. I don't know who it is going to sweep. Whether it's going to sweep you or me, I don't know. Maybe we may find ourselves in the same group, but I will tell you, if that group does not have Raila Odinga, I will not be in that group. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I wish everyone well.
Now, honorable members, you are taking